certain game theory video has released which has proposed the identity of the Blob from Security Breach. I am here to tell you that that video was terrible. That idea was made in February and is once again not an original game theory. He proposes that the Blob went above ground and stole tiny parts off of display cases to fuel this giant amalgamation monster. First off, are you telling me that a giant spaghetti monster breaks into the open areas of the above-ground pizzaplex and no one notices this thing takes small antiques? This guy climbed 4 floors and then went down and the security cameras never noticed. And also, why would it take them? MatPat also got the idea wrong that they're filled with agony. They are replicas of the animatronics, not the real ones. The toys themselves were scrapped, and both the FNAF 1 and 2 suits were burned in the Fazbear Frights fire. I am here to tell you what actually happened with the Blob. It starts at the first Tales from the Pizzaplex epilogue. In this story, workers try to get rid of the endoskeletons that are piled all around the FNAF 6 building. During this gig, a shipment of the Glamrocks and what was going to be Glamrock Bonnie, now known as Burn Trap, was delivered to the Pizzaplex. One user decided to plug his computer into Burn Trap's head and give it the command to put all the animatronics' heads and arms into the corner. The command malfunctioned and Burn Trap ended up taking every single worker's head and arms off and put them in a corner with the endoskeletons. It was a bloodbath. What if, knowing how possession works, these workers combined with a ton of endoskeletons and wires formed an amalgamation with them? We would call this thing the Blob. This would account for the wires present, but not the suits. For the suits, I want to refer to Five Nights at Freddy's AR, Special Delivery. FNAF AR actually had one great thing about it, and it was the lore. It told us that William had taken control over the Fazbear delivery system and was using it to send out animatronics to kill people and to likely have them possess the robot, as that is how possession works. It also tells us he very much wanted more remnant. We also knew that his ultimate goal in life was to possess something. Immortality. Once the animatronics returned, he would likely burn down this suit's endoskeleton and use the suit's remnant to give him a body, as remnant had healing powers and that is the only way you could possibly have any organic material on the Burn Trap suit. But what about the suits left behind after only one of the endoskeletons? The suits would have just been tossed away. This is where the Blob comes in. The Blob would simply pick these discarded relics up and keep them to collect agony. A suit that murdered someone would have a lot more agony with it than a cheap replica of a suit from decades prior. To put it shortly, the Blob is possessed not by the MCI kids, not by Charlie, but by the construction workers from the first Tales epilogue. Whoever may possess the Blob with them will be left for a separate video. That's all. Thank you for watching this mini theory, and I will see you all on the flip side.